everyone, welcome, and today I'm here to talk about Dragonquest, the second book in the Dragonriders of PERN trilogy by McCaffrey. I reviewed book one a while back. I read all three books in very quick succession. This video is long overdue, I know, but yes, I've nearly finished Temeraire, so I need to get my dragon fix somewhere else, so I'm going to be focusing on PERN and Anne McCaffrey's work, hopefully for most of this year. There's a lot of them, so I should be able to get through quite a few. So yes, this book takes place 7 turns, which are the PERN years after book 1. So 7 years have gone by since book 1. And now Lessa is fully established as the werewoman. She is considered a living legend by the Master Harper because she discovered that dragons could not only teleport through space, but also through time. So she went back in time, brought back the Dragonriders from the past in order to combat the threads, these kind of falling threads that suck up all life, so in order to save their world. So now she is very much a hero. And she and Flar, the captain of the Dragonriders, have had a son together, so he's called Felessan, but we'll get back to him in a bit. So this novel is very much the book of discoveries. A lot of discoveries are made in this book. A lot of things happen. It is very fast-paced. A lot more than book 1, I found. Flar's brother, gets stabbed very early on and has to be sent away to one of the southern dragonwares to recover. There's a lot of politics as well between the different wares. Now there are so many of them. Like in book 1 there was only one, but now all these dragon riders have been brought back from the past. They all need to fit in since 400 years have gone by. They need to kind of adapt to their new life 400 years after their time, and they establish the southern where they get pretty bored because they are essentially used for sending the dragon riders there when they get wounded and the dragons so they can recover, and they don't really do a lot of fighting. So a lot of politics and grumbling going on between different wares, which I thought was really interesting, something we didn't really have in book 1. The politics was more between the wares and the lords of the holds, the ones that look after the land. So that was interesting. And yes, a lot of discoveries. Fnor goes down onto a beach and finds these kind of miniature dragons called fire lizards, and they can also teleport. And he believes that they were the original species that was kind of bred into the massive dragons that they have now. And he manages to capture one of them and impress it like they do with the dragons. And also quite a few more. So this becomes like the new thing in PERN. Now all the holders, the lords of the holds want to have fire lizards as pets. But Fnor believes they can be used as messengers, especially if they can teleport, which kind of concurs with what Lessa and Flar are trying to do, because they want to set up some kind of warning system for threadfalls. Up until this point, threadfalls have been predictable. However, now they're falling out of pattern. So they need to find some kind of warning system. Felessan is best friends with Jaxom. Jaxom is the lord of the Ratha Hold, which is where Lessa was originally from in book 1. She was the one, the last living person in the line of lords who was supposed to inherit. However, she went off to be the werewoman. And Jaxom, the book 1 actually starts with Jaxom's birth. So now he's how was he? He's about 10, I think. So he's a young boy, and he and Felessan go to try and peek at the eggs, the new eggs, and they end up getting lost within the caves of the hold and find a rather interesting room that is filled with technology. So PERN have lost their technology due to threadfalls, and so they live in a kind of medieval-like world. However, the people who first established themselves on this planet were from Earth and had space-traveling technology. So they are rediscovering microscopes and telescopes, which is interesting for them, which means that now they can look at the red planet where the threads are coming from. and Fnar even tries to Fnor tries to teleport to the planet. A lot of stuff happens. It gets really, really interesting. And it ends with something really adorable. I really love the ending because like there's another hatching at the end where the dragon's like impressed with new dragon riders, young boys who learn to ride them and fight against the threads. And one of the eggs doesn't hatch, and Jaxom's really kind of upset about this. And in their traditions, like if an egg doesn't hatch, well, that's it. It's probably no good, or the baby dragon's dead or something. But Jaxom sees it moving and wants to go and help the baby dragon out. So he helps this tiny little dragon out of the egg, and it turns out to be completely white. And that is what book 3 is about. Book 3 is about Jaxom and his white dragon, Ruth, but I will get to that in another video. I actually like Dragonquest a lot more than I did the first book, Dragonflight. I thought it was a lot better, especially because now we have all the politics and, you know, just between the different wares and between the laws, like when they get the telescope, they're all kind of fighting to get a look at the red planet. And Flar is really going out of his way to find more and more ingenious ways of defeating threads. And he finds in the southern continent, he finds that threads do actually fall, but they just disappear when they come to the earth. And he tries to figure out why, and he finds that there are these bugs that live underground, these kind of worm-like things that eat the threads. And they kind of suppose that they may have been also genetically engineered by their ancestors along with the dragons to fight against threads. So a lot of interesting discoveries are made, a lot of... Yeah, it really is the book of discoveries, this one. So that was very, very pleasing. It's great to see kind of a medieval society kind of bending their minds around technology. I always think that's an interesting thing to work with when writing. And the dragons, of course. It was more about the fire lizards in this novel than the actual dragons, but you know, okay, why not? I suppose they're kind of dragons. Which I also believe is where the Harper Hall trilogy goes. I haven't had a close look at that yet, but I will get around to it. So yeah, I enjoyed this way better than book 1. Really exciting. Got my dragon fixed. Everything's fine now. So yes, Anne McCaffrey, Dragonquest, the second book in the Dragonriders of PERN trilogy. Also really strongly recommend this. Very, very good. If you're like me, you love dragons. It's really good. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all soon. Do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye!